This video will discuss the process of registering an EMS class with Amanda. What is Amanda? Amanda currently replaces the old EMS system registry. It is a division-wide platform that's used to manage all certifications and license issued or regulated by the ADPER-EH division of the Iowa Department of Public Health. That includes individuals and facilities. There are common logins, profiles, and pages and terminology used throughout here that may not be specific to each individual program, but again, it is common language. Before you can open your training program's Amanda page, you must be registered with Amanda through your individual profile and then be linked to the training program. If you or an authorized staff do not have an Iowa EMS certification but will be maintaining an Iowa EMS training program's Amanda page, you or they will need to create an individual ANA login, which includes user ID and password, and also an Amanda profile page before you or they can be linked to the training program's page. So how do you get to Amanda? Well, there's two ways that you can get to Amanda. There is a link from the EMS section of the Bureau of Emergency and Trauma Services webpage. That webpage address is listed here on your screen. Or another way that you can get there is directly by typing in the webpage address that you see here. That will take you to the homepage for Amanda. Either way, you'll get to the same page, to the same homepage. This is the homepage for the regulatory programs that are currently used in Amanda. As you can see, we have radiological health, emergency medical services, and environmental health. What we're going to focus on today is registering EMS classes for emergency medical services. So from this page here, if you have previously used the old system registry process, you would be considered to be a current ANA user, and you would sign in here. If you have not used or do not have an ANA account, you'll select the new user registration. Either way will take you to the same screen, and this is the screen for the sign-in for the ANA authorization and authentication. Once you get to this page, what you want to do is you want to fill in your account ID and your password. Once you've done that, you would select Sign In. If you're not successful with this, there are some help areas that you can select if you've forgotten your ID or you've forgotten your password. These are pretty detailed instructions. Follow that to assist you in retrieving a lost password or a lost ID. If you have to create if you need to create an account, then select the create an account, and we see some online information that's fairly detailed that will help you select and create a new ANA account. Now, just a couple words about creating a new ANA account. ANA is a system or the same platform that's used by a lot of different state agencies. So if you've had business with other state agencies in the past, you may actually already have an account already established. Detailed information again can be found on the top of the previous page, the login page there, if you've forgotten your password or your ID in there. Before you start this, you must have a valid email address before beginning the two-step process of creating an ANA account. In the first process, you would create a user ID, name, and password following the standards that's established by the Department of Administrative Services. After you've successfully created your username and password, a message will be sent to the listed email address for completion of the requirements. Now, the second phase or the second process of this is you will need to complete all your requirements in one setting, and typically it can be done in under 10 minutes. But once you start, if you exit out before you complete, it will lock you out of the system, and then you'll have to follow the process for getting back into the system. Once you've completed this process, it's strongly advised that you document your username and password and place that someplace where you can retrieve it for future use. If you if you are locked out of your A&E account, a couple things. First of all, the Bureau of Emergency and Trauma Services will be unable to assist in retrieving and resetting your forgotten user ID or password for your A&E account. You must follow and try all provided instructions from that initial login screen for retrieving your forgotten user ID or password. If you've tried all of that and you're still unsuccessful, your other option then will be is you'll need to contact the Department of Administrative Services Office of the Chief Information Officer. And you can do that through one of the 2 phone numbers that you see listed here on the screen. One word though is when you do call that help number and everything, please make sure that you're sitting at a computer that has internet access and you have access to the email address that you have on file when you call them for assistance. Okay, once you get through the A&A system, the first time you come into Amanda, you may see the screen. If you see the screen, it is trying to pair itself with some previous records, and it may ask you to verify your social security number and your date of birth. If you do see the screen, please provide the information and then select continue. Once you do that, you're going to come to what's known as My Profile page. This will be your individual profile page. In the center over here on to the right-hand side, there'll be information here that you'll want to verify each time that you come in here, make sure that it's current and up to date. It's all of those areas that have a red asterisk is the minimum that we're asking for you to ensure that you have updated. And then over to the left-hand side, you should see, if you're linked to the training program, you'll see the training program's name show up underneath there under the register's users membership. Now, if you or your authorized staff members do not see the training program you or they're supposed to have access to for management of the training program's information, the listed training program director will need to send an email message to stephen.mercer@idph.iowa.gov indicating that you or an authorized staff member or you or another staff member are authorized to have access to the training program's Amanda page. Make sure that the training program director includes contact information for each of the individuals that are to be authorized. Okay, so once you come in and you do see that you are, that the training program that you're authorized to have access to on the left-hand side, to get to that, what you want to do is you want to highlight that training program and then select continue. From there, it'll take you into your programs page, and in the center portion of the screen, you'll see the listing of the training program that you have access to the Amanda page for. From there, I want you to click on details. From the details, now you're going to be taken into the program detail page. From here, we want again to look at the name. You can verify that it is the correct facility. In the upper center there, you can see the name is the correct training program that you're associated with. And then under courses, there's going to be some lists, multiple lists under the courses. What this is there will be one course request available for each level of EMS your training program is authorized to provide. And that's including practical examinations for the EMR and EMT. So an example is if your training program is authorized to provide EMR and EMT level training, you will see 4 different course requests. One will be for the EMR classroom, one will be for the EMR practical, one will be for the EMS classroom, the EMT classroom, and the other one for the EMT practical examination. We are working that hopefully in the near future, instead of saying course request, it will have the identified programs listed there. But currently, this is how the system is functioning. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select on the course request. From there, it's going to take you to a more detailed area here for the program. And the 3 things that we're going to look at, we're going to look at course information, course detail, and course instructors. Notice to the left of each one of the title areas, there's a little caret. That means that there's a drop-down section for each one of those. So we're going to go ahead and select course information and bring the drop down to that. From here, you can see under the course group, This is EMT, so this is the classroom portion of the EMT. And we're going to go ahead and add a class for this level here. So we'll go ahead and close the, close the course information, and now we're going to go to course instructors. Under the course instructor, the first time that you go in there, it will be blank as you see here, and what we need to do is add instructors that are going to have the ability to instruct at this level, and this particular level again that we're dealing with is the EMT. So we're going to go ahead and hit the add button down here on the bottom right hand side, and once you select that, you're going to see a line that's going to open up there. From here, underneath the contact type, if you select that, you're going to have a drop down that comes in, and for this application, I want you to select instructor. Once you select instructor, notice that you're going to see some pink boxes filled in that's beginning to go to your right. A pink box is also a required field. So what we'll have to do is we will continue to scroll to the right and fill in the requested information for all the pink boxes at a minimum. Once you have that information, you can continue the process until all instructors have been added. A couple of words of caution about that is you can, at a maximum, you can only do 10 individuals at a time before it's necessary to save. Our caution to you is again, I would hit the save button quite often to ensure that I don't have to go back in and put the information back in, and that it's saved each time that you hit the save portion. Now, if you have an instructor that you want to remove from being associated with your training program, go ahead and select this box on the left-hand side that says remove through web. Once you do that and you hit save, that instructor will no longer be associated with your training program. You will not see them when you log back in. So once we get all the instructors put in there, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up the course detail. Again, when you go in there, you're probably not going to see any information initially. So what we'll do is, again, we'll once again select the add button down here in the bottom right-hand side. It's going to insert a line for information. Notice the pink boxes again. Everything that is pink at a minimum is required information. Continue to scroll through the right and fill in the requested information for pink boxes at a minimum. Now, on a course details, there are two areas that are not pink that do need to be filled in. And the first one is going to be the address. And with this course address, if it's something that's off campus, go ahead and put in the address where it's located at. If it's on campus, all we need is just the main address for the campus. We don't need a particular building or classroom. The other required information that will be in there will be the primary instructor's name. We want to please list the primary instructor's name and their certification or license number that's that they're associated with. And as always, keep hitting the save button. So again, if you have multiple courses that you need to put in, go ahead and continue to add classes as needed. And then if you have a class that you have registered, but the class doesn't go for some reason, say there's not enough students to meet your minimum requirements, what you can do is, what we'd ask you to do is, again, select this box if you wish to remove the registered class from your list. But again, that would only be not for classes that you have completed or anything, but this is only for classes that you actually don't officially begin. Once you select that, as usual, always hit the save button. From there, you've completed the registration of the program with the department, and you can go up to the upper left-hand area and hit sign off. And please make sure that you exit this program. Always hit the sign off. Do not exit just by hitting the big red X in the upper right-hand area. The system does not like to be closed that way. Use the shut off or the sign off portion whenever possible. Okay. That concludes the process for registering a class for EMS students through Amanda. If you have any other additional questions on the use of Amanda, please contact the Amanda Help Desk at the phone number that you see listed or by email at the address that's on the screen. Thank you.